This is very cool. Thank you for taking the time to help you, because honestly, we get so busy with all the demands, all of the requirements, all of the obligations that
Hmm.
we we tend to forget ourselves,
You're right.
right? So today, I really want to help you get at the heart of what has been slowing things down with your job search and with your
Hmm.
music production, the creative side of that. And I want to help you notice when your power drops and where it tends to drop so that you can reclaim your power and have a completely different experience as you move forward. And we will talk about some ideas and some strategies. So, does that sound good to you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Well, before we really kind of dive into the details, I think it's very important for you to get a handle and an awareness on where you are right now and kind of the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual cost that you have been enduring with these two challenges.
Mhm.
So it's really not about judging yourself at all. I want to make sure you don't go there. This is
Mhm.
strictly to measure where we're starting from.
Mhm.
Okay. This is the beginning, and then we're going to measure again later. And I'm looking for improvement, but we can't know what the shift is unless we get a baseline. And
Right.
so that's really what I'm all about here. So let's
Mhm.
talk about your first goal, which was what you called the real job, right?
Mhm.
So close your eyes for a moment and
One sec.
sure.
The dog ran in here. I just need to get rid.
You good?
Monica's escorting her out. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're in a good space again.
All righty. So again, we're thinking about the job situation.
Mhm.
And so I want you to close your eyes for
Okay.
just a little bit here
Mhm.
and imagine that it's 6 months from now and you still don't have clarity. Imagine that you're still searching. You're still unsure of the direction to pursue. Notice what happens in your body. Notice your breathing. Notice your shoulders. Notice your stomach, your gut. What thoughts start appearing? Don't try to fix anything, just notice. So imagine a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is it's completely draining, it's heavy, contracted, powerless, and 10 is grounded, clear, confident, resourced. Don't rate the situation itself, rate the internal experience of carrying the uncertainty. Where are you right now?
Um, I guess a five.
What makes it that number and not lower?
Um, I guess because I see myself, doing what I've been doing the last couple years.
So you kind of have a fallback strategy.
Right.
Okay, so what prevents it from being higher than a 5?
Um, well, the fact that it's still kind of you know static, you know, still kind of stuck.
Okay. So let's do the same for your music.
Hmm.
Okay. So close your eyes again. And for just a moment, imagine that you never managed to record your songs.
Hmm.
Imagine that a year passes and your songs are still inside you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Notice what happens in your body. Notice your breathing and notice the emotions that show up.
Hmm.
Now let's look at the scale again, where 0 is you feel contracted, avoiding, afraid, small, and 10 is where you feel open, expressive, courageous, aligned. Where are you right now?
Around a 2 or a 3.
What makes it that number?
Um, just because I'm feeling like I betrayed myself by not following through.
Thank you for your honesty. What's the heaviest part of that number?
Um, Probably the feeling of lost opportunity.
So now I want to compare the two of them. Which one feels heavier right now, the job or the music?
Um, well, I- they're kind of two completely different entities. Um, so so it's hard to compare them like that. Um, so um, yeah. So if 1 year from now I have no job and I'm still driving Uber or Lyft, um, that's that's not as depressing a thought as if I haven't recorded my song.
Very good. Because there's a hierarchy of protection that we have, and you kind of have a fallback plan when it comes to the job options. And there is no fallback plan for your songs,
Mhm. Right,
right?
right.
So, yeah, that's really good. Now, I want to hear in your own words what the job uncertainty has already cost you: energy, confidence, sleep, peace.
Um, well, Um, None of those necessarily so much as it is, you know, freedom, freedom to, um, to do more things, to travel more, or to, you know, pay for things for my kids when they need help, or uh, you know, take take Monica on a spontaneous getaway weekend type of vacation. And yeah, so it's more in terms of um, missing out on opportunities to, live a grander life.
Cool. And what has postponing your music cost you?
Um, uh, I don't feel like it's cost me anything. It's possible that the timing is unfolding in the right way or the right manner or the right schedule. But but um, it's the kind of thing that, you know, right. There's the famous Wayne Dyer quote, "Don't die with your music still in you," which which is literal in my case.
Yeah.
The fact that, I'm not 62 and I'm not getting younger, and
Hmm.
yeah, anything can happen at any time, and I would, love to have, you know uh, have the songs out there for other people to appreciate, as well as, to help inspire other people.
That's definitely a part of it, but it also, I'm getting a sense from you that these songs are part of your soul
Hmm.
and you haven't expressed your soul yet.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's craving
Hmm.
expression.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so you tamp it down and say, "Yep, divine timing, divine timing, divine timing, divine timing." Yeah,
You've heard that
someday,
one
somewhere,
before.
we'll get to that. And it's knocking louder at the door.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, from what we just discussed, the job situation feels like a five, the music situation feels like a two, and that's where we're starting. Okay. So let's take a look and see what shifts for you. All right. When you say you need a quote, real job, unquote, what does that mean to you? What does that look like?
Um, well, that's part of my part of my challenge is that uh, I have yet to define it myself, um, and um, you know, I've I have no problem working for a company, no matter what size, but at the same time, uh, having worked for myself most of the last 25 years or so, um, I I'm also concerned about, losing a sense of freedom or a sense of independence. Um,
Uh-huh. Yep. I sense a real push me pull you going on here. I want the job, but I don't want anything to change. But I want the job, but I want to do what I want. I want the job, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I totally get it. Totally get it.
mhm, mhm.
So, because we can
And
get there.
well, and um, I um, you know, when I take the time to look at the jobs being offered, it's rare that it's rare that one comes up where I think, oh, this could be a perfect match. Um, and I don't, I'm leery of or fearful of being hired in a position where I actually have no interest whatsoever in the company or the work or the type of job being offered. Um, so yeah, granted, beggars can't be choosers, or well, that's a bad phrase. Glad I don't hear that come out of my mouth very often. Because that's a boy, if you think about that one, that's a
Hmm.
talk about negative things we've grown up saying.
So
Um,
this is really good, and you're getting at some really important things. What feels the most uncomfortable about not being clear right now?
um, it's primarily um, lacking a you know lacking a sense of direction, and lacking um, a feeling of greater confidence that you know um, that everything 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now is you know financially secure, and I'm able to, or we're able to map out our uh, retirement and
Mhm.
uh, and future future of our lives.
So when you think about aggressively pursuing something right now,
Mhm.
what happens in your body? What do you feel? Yes.
Who's going to do that?
Who, me? Hmm, that's
Uh,
interesting. That's the thought that showed up, huh?
uh, it well, the reality is, if if all of a sudden I couldn't drive a car, then Lyft and Uber would be off the table. So I would have to aggressively focus on the job search, as I've talked about, you know, as inevitable. Sooner or later, if whether it's 6 months from now or a year from now or sooner than that. But since I got my latest vehicle, got my latest car a year ago, um, it's gone from 80,000 miles on it to 150, 160,000 miles. And 1 year from now, I may be in the same place, like needing a new car again, and I won't be able to do that because I'll still have the old car, the payment on the car I have now.
Mhm.
So the more I think about it and talk about it, um, you know, I realize that yeah, that the clock is running out on that temporary solution, because it's not in the cards for the long term. And you know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was somewhat insecure about driving all around Denver. And what's changed is that I I'm now way more comfortable, and I'm comfortable in my own skin, as a driver. You want to go where? You want to go anywhere? Sure, I'll take you there, and you know, I can handle a bit of traffic, and I can handle making a left turn on roads that no one should ever have to make a left turn on. Um, you know, Encountering uh, big pickup trucks with people that like to honk a lot surrounding
So,
you, or someone honking at you like they did to you in the parking lot
yeah.
for no
So
apparent reason.
I'm hearing some resistance showing up because there's a certain level of familiarity and comfort now with your new situation.
Right.
You know that the tools you have limited viability, and ultimately you'll need some new tools. And while it's straightforward and it's not particularly stressful, it's also not a position you aspired to.
Right.
It was a
Right.
fallback and supposed to be temporary.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
temporary has turned into a few years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Originally, it was 6 months or a year. Now it's coming on three and a half years.
So
Um,
there is resistance. There's resistance inside you about the job. And one of them is definitely flexibility. What's the other resistance? What are the other things that come up in your mind when you think about, oh, I got to go to work today?
um, uh, well, nothing, nothing major comes to mind. I think it's more, well, if I can just give you a little more background.
Mhm.
Um, I noticed with my driving for Lyft that when I looked back, I realized I made the most money the first year, and it kind of went downhill since then,
Mm,
slightly.
mm,
Um, and um, and I thought it was indistinguishable from Uber, and uh, thought it would be a pain to add Uber as an alternative, or to do simultaneously. But I, 2 weeks ago, I decided that's what I was going to do. So last week, I started driving for Uber also, and now I'm driving more Uber than Lyft, and I'm earning slightly more, or I'm doing better already, thankfully. And so it's, I do both of them, and I toggle back and forth, or I thought I would be toggling back and forth all the time. Really, it's 75-25 Uber, or 90-10 Uber. I'm noticing on a day-to-day basis. So just having taken that step, which in a small way got me out of the comfort zone I was in, um, by doing what it took to go through the steps to qualify for Uber, et cetera, and get familiar with their app. Yeah, it's my whole perspective has improved dramatically just from that. Um, and then with the job search, I I do know of a coach who's a parent of one of my kids' friends who I have yet to sit down with. Um, but so I do know I have a resource there here in Colorado. Um, but at the same time, from at the same time, there's the
Hmm.
a mental block of
Hmm.
the fact that I'm 62, and people hiring for jobs want to hire 30 and 40-year-olds
Hmm.
or 20-year-olds.
Okay. Thank you for being really clear about what the resistance is that's been
Hmm.
showing up for you. Because when you know what's present, you know how to address it. Okay. I'm ping-ponging back and forth because you had two things you wanted to talk about. So now I want to talk about the music again.
Okay.
Sorry, don't want to
Oh,
confuse
no,
you, but
no,
I
I
want to
appreciate
address
you.
all of it.
Thank you for your flexibility.
Yeah. So when you think about recording your songs, what happens inside you?
Oh, it's a great feeling. Um, it yeah, it's uh, it's huge. Um, yeah, it's that feeling I'm doing something I was always meant to do.
So what feels exciting about it?
Oh, just that I can, you know, I can I can go from there to, sharing sharing the songs with other people, and you know, showing other people what I'm capable of, and and seeing people smile or react positively when they hear them.
Mhm. So when you think about recording your songs, what feels vulnerable to you?
Um, oh well, the other scenario, which is yeah, people 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 won't like them, or, or they'll say, "Oh, yeah, good try, keep your day job," um, yeah, uh, or or you know whatever multitude of potential criticisms people might offer about why they don't like them or why they're not great.
So what I'm hearing is there's vulnerability around the music because you are concerned you might be criticized or judged. Your music would be criticized or judged, but your music is you. Your music is an expression of your soul.
Mm.
And you don't really want to put your soul on a dartboard right now.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm.
So there's pressure around security and vulnerability and visibility, right? Being in front of the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The emperor has no clothes.
Hmm.
And is the emperor going to be cool with that?
Hey, yeah, the hello, here I am.
Yeah.
What's enough?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm also seeing there are kind of multiple stages to the music side of things. There's
Mm.
just getting an opportunity to share your voice, share your passion. This has been boiling up inside you for years. You've been writing songs forever. I've been fortunate enough to hear some of your songs,
Mm.
right? And so there's just the value in expressing yourself and sharing your soul, even if nobody ever hears it, but
Right.
you heard it and you
Right.
recorded it and
Yeah.
you felt it and you got to express it. And glory, hallelujah, it came out, right? There's
Yeah.
there's that. That's the kind of the beginning. And then there's that connecting with other people who also value music. And
Hmm.
maybe they're also other songwriters. And maybe they're not anybody famous, but they
Right.
get it, right?
Yeah.
They get the level of commitment and the level of passion and the desire to share your soul this way. And it's a
Hmm.
very vulnerable, open, loving way to share your soul. It really is. And that's why
Right.
most people don't do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
Right?
And a year or two ago, I gave a ride to someone else who was a songwriter or singer-songwriter, and who you know was not a well-known person or a famous person by any stretch of the imagination, but he had his songs on SoundCloud or one of the distribution sites, and and said that uh, someone reached out to him about his songs or about one of his songs with a comment along the lines of your your song or your music saved my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't know the impact it's going to have on other people. Ultimately, what you're doing is self-expression and it's really for you.
Hmm.
Mostly, it's 90% for you. And every
Hmm.
time you talk about it, you talk about the smile on other people's faces and the impact in other people's lives. And yes, that's a wonderful thing to have happen. You don't know how, if, when that will happen. You do
Right.
know it happens for you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, one of the things that I'm seeing around your music in particular is you're delegating your power. Instead of owning your power and declaring your power, I choose to share my gifts through song because I'm passionate about it and it lights me up.
Hmm.
And I'm fulfilled just by recording my own songs that I could do that in this day and age. It's very exciting to me.
Yep.
Now, if you told me I am really eager to be on America's Got Talent and I want to make a lot of money as a singer songwriter,
Mm.
that's a different kind of conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are plenty of people who write songs and don't perform them.
Hmm.
They they have an agreement, a contractual agreement where other bands perform their songs and they get
Hmm.
I forget what it's called, a commission. They get a
Yeah. Royalty. Hmm.
royalty. Thank you. They get a royalty on their song because they wrote the song. In fact, I have a good friend whose son-in-law has won many, many Grammys for the songs that
Really?
he's written. Yeah.
No kidding.
So there are many paths,
Mm.
and I only see you you're not looking at very many paths. You've kind of
Mm.
limited yourself
Right.
and you've sort of abdicated responsibility. It's kind of like only if other people like it, then I can do this. See what I mean?
Uh-huh. Hmm.
You've pushed
Hmm.
it in the future, which is why you haven't done it until now.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you've said, well, if they like it, then I do this. But if you like it, you do it.
Right. Right.
When it fulfills you, you do it.
Hmm. 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 Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go back to the job again
Hmm.
because the job to me sounds a lot like I have to and not I get to.
Hmm. Yeah. The other point I was going to make about the job is that, I know I'm capable, and that, you know, I'm no less capable now than I was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Um, and I know how much I can contribute to a given company or
Mhm.
endeavor. So, um, yeah, yeah. So part of it has been um, just that I've been so busy with the day to day with you know, driving to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't, you know, I've all but or almost given up on the job search part of it just because,
Mm-hmm.
um, the positions advertised, rarely seem to rarely seem to be, ones that might be a halfway decent match.
So have you ever thought of, instead of trying to fit the job descriptions, coming up with your own job description of what you love to do, what you're darn good at, the kind of transformation that you make for companies, and identifying a handful of companies that you would enjoy working with, and then networking to get meetings with people there to say, I want to work with you and here's what I want to do for you.
Mhm. Um, uh, I I guess not. Um, when I was in the craft beer world, um, a long time ago, someone said to me, "Oh, you could be a consultant," and I'm like, yeah, no, just because, while I could talk about trends in the industry, I didn't know actually much at all about running a business or running a company.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, it's funny because I could, I could get back in the craft beer world easily, but I no longer have a desire to. I mean, I not get back into it easily, but if someone offered me a job today or tomorrow, um, I I wouldn't refuse it, but in many ways I've moved on,
Mm-hmm.
and after I did the Wild Fit nutrition thing last
Right, right. You look great, by the
um,
way.
oh, thanks. You
Mm-hmm.
look fabulous too, by the way. I literally stopped drinking beer, and like I had one at Thanksgiving and one at Christmas, but
Yeah,
it
you don't
doesn't do
miss
me.
it. You don't miss it
Well,
anymore.
I don't miss it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't miss it at all. And so I'm yeah, yeah. It's probably time to get a new email address. Um, that doesn't end
Yes.
in brusupply.biz. Uh, uh, and so yeah, and but what I did do the last 20 years or so was sales. Um, so so I have that I'm comfortable doing sales. Uh, but I guess in terms of, walking into or talking to a friend who runs a business to say, oh, here's how I can improve your business. I don't have a clear menu of
Mm-hmm.
things that, of value that I
Mm-hmm.
know would sell me and my
Mm-hmm.
services to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, given your healthy lifestyle that is clearly a priority for you right now,
Mhm.
and there is a huge boom in folks getting a little older, and I'm in the baby boomer generation. I'm towards the tail end, but I'm in there. You're just barely hanging on. You're not even probably baby boomer, right? You're the next
I'm
one
I'm I'm
past.
62.
I'm 64. I'm going to be 65 this year. So I'm ahead of
Uh-huh.
you. And I'm at the tail end of the baby boomers. And there's a heck of a lot of baby boomers that are getting older and they really want to maintain their health. It's super important to them.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
there's
I
a whole industry that has sprung up in that
Yes,
area.
yes.
And that to me seems like there could be some great potential for you there. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet,
Yeah, that's
But
interesting you mentioned that because the one positive conversation I did have with some other folks, I met someone who I gave a ride to, um, and and he and a partner of his have a nonprofit in Colorado. I forget what it's called, but it's not like an AARP, but it's basically they're an information clearinghouse for you know for older people about how they can access resources and how they can things they need to know about, things they need to be aware of, whether it's medical, whether it's legal, whether it's
mhm,
health and wellness related. And um, back, this was probably more than 2 years ago. Back when I spoke with them, I was kind of the mind that, since I worked at a nonprofit for 14 years, maybe I should be, and I've done sales, maybe I should do nonprofit fundraising. So that was what the conversation ostensibly was about. Um, but yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of resources to hire someone right away, and they asked me to volunteer to show up on a Saturday to help man their booth. And initially I said I would, and then I had a conflict, and I said no. And they're like, oh, thanks a lot. Uh,
mhm, mhm.
so, um, but but I I do remember from my conversation with these two individuals that it is definitely an area with where there's a need for more energy, more people getting involved to help more of the people out there.
There's a lot of need, there's a lot of interest, there are a lot of businesses all geared to support seniors, especially with quality of life and health, well-being. And
Hmm.
so I know it sounds like you don't want to start your own thing. You really want to be an employee. You want a guaranteed salary. You're open to doing sales. You're good at it. So it would be great if you could have a base salary plus commission. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm
Hmm.
trying to
Yeah, yeah,
glean
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying, right?
yeah, yeah.
And are you hoping for something that you can do virtually, or are you okay with going into an office? Are you okay? Um,
I'm okay going into an office. My preference would be, a hybrid where it's
mhm,
be at the office 2 or 3 days a week.
mhm.
Um, and now that I know how to drive everywhere, I don't, I wouldn't mind driving to Denver twice a week
Mhm.
or 3 times a week, but but I would prefer not 5 times a week.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, and uh, ideally would like something that could eventually transition to being virtual, because Monica and I have been discussing whether it's 2027 or 2028, um, potentially relocating to Lithuania
Wow, cool.
or or living there half the year.
Hmm. Cool.
So
Okay, so thinking about this job opportunity, thinking about this direction, what are you really after? What causes you to hesitate?
well, those are two questions.
Right. What causes you to hesitate?
Um, no good reason. Um, um, other than, you know, feeling um, like the search process or the application process uh, could end up being a total waste of time and only result in spinning my wheels uh, and never amount to anything. Yeah, chalk it up to the old classic fear of failure.
Okay. So it's kind of a safety thing to not waste time. So your system really isn't trying to sabotage you, it's just trying to keep you safe from wasting time. Time is your most precious.
Hmm.
I always say commodity, and that's not the right word. Possession? Commodity means there's a ton of them. Time is limited.
Right.
Time is, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really important to know that the only reason I'm not moving forward, the only reason I'm hesitating is because I'd really like a guarantee. You know, sorry, universe, but I ain't doing jack shit until you give me a guarantee that I'm going to get what I want. And yet, the divine can't steer a parked car, as Deborah Poneman likes to say.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
great.
And it's kind of aligned, right? You know what that's all about. You got your emergency brake on too. You get the divine to do all the work and you're not making it easy.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I want to take it back a little bit further and get more into the energy of whatever it is you're doing as your career that brings the money in. And it's not what you should do, it's not what looks responsible. What do you want to create?
Job wise, what do I want to create?
Yep.
Um, uh, um, uh, 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 a scenario or a situation where I am, contributing positively, and helping people and, um, making a positive difference in people's lives and helping others achieve their goals. So,
There's something missing there. And I can't
Uh,
see you because there's something over your camera right now.
oh, sorry. You mean I can't hold it like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I can't see anything. That's okay. I mean, if you want to turn off your
thank you.
camera and just talk, that could
No,
work too.
no,
But it's nice to see your handsome face. Um,
thank
there's
you.
an important piece missing here, David. Every time you talk about the job,
Mhm.
you don't talk about you.
Well, right, right. Yeah. I mean, I want to live a more comfortable life.
And the job is also part of your self-expression.
Right.
You spend most of your life doing it.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
And yet
Hmm.
you've kind of been ignoring that fact. You're so familiar with the idea of I just have to do it because it makes money. I don't get to like it. I just have to do it. And
Hmm.
I'm inviting you to shift that energy into I am so freaking thrilled that I get to do this. I would do it for free. It's so much
Yeah.
fun for me. I'm
Hmm.
living me. Finally,
Yeah.
I'm expressing me. I
Yeah.
get to be me in these moments,
Hmm.
and people pay me for it. Are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
And instead, you're always like, well, I want to be of service and I want it to help everybody. It's a given that that's going to be there. I want you to focus on David.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I want to, I want to take on challenges that I know I'm capable of meeting. Um, and yeah, yeah, I want to, you know, feel great about the work I do in terms of, um, in terms of being able to say I get to do this, and feeling, proud when I answer the question of when people ask me, what do I do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I want to call out something you said again, because we have word patterns and we don't hear ourselves.
Hmm.
We're so used to thinking this way and talking this way, and it's just automatic and it comes out and it we don't even notice it. So you were talking about challenges that I know how to do. I want the guarantee.
Hmm. Right.
Challenges that interest me, challenges that excite me and delight me because they
Hmm.
stretch me. I have to do research. I have to hunt it. I have to figure it out. I
Right.
don't have all the answers.
Hmm.
I'm okay jumping in and
Mm.
learning how to do it
Right.
as opposed to, yeah, I know how to drive. I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And there's a little switch in your mind that you get to switch.
Hmm.
You get to just flip that switch and go, yeah, it's not about the guarantee. It's about being in the game.
Hmm.
Because right now you have allowed yourself to step out of the game because there
Right.
wasn't a guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you were staying safe with what you already know how to do, drive, and you're good at it. And it's fun. You meet cool people
Right.
and you can talk about what they're up to in the world. And
Right.
sometimes there's a connection, there's some commonality,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but there isn't a guarantee.
Hmm. Right. Right.
Okay, I am going to ask you an important question.
Hmm.
I think it's okay. Here's the question. What if you didn't need the whole map? What if you created an intention, what you want to create and how you want to feel about it while it is unfolding? It
Hmm.
doesn't have a complete perfect guarantee. You don't know exactly what the outcome's going to be. You just know it's on its way. And it's just like typing an address into a spiritual GPS. This
Hmm.
is what I choose to create and how I choose to feel. I can't wait. This is so fun. The trip is a blast. I love the scenic overlooks. There are great restaurants, there's cool side trips, and I'm on my way to my destination. Yeah. You have
Hmm.
walked away from your intention. What
Hmm.
does your intention sound like, David?
Uh, I don't know. What does my intention sound like?
Don't worry about something perfect. Just start saying words. Anything that comes to mind, anything that comes out of your mouth. This is, you're on your way to your dream job. You've just stepped in the car, you've typed the address in. The address is to your dream job, to the perfect career for you that pays great money. You can do it virtually from anywhere, and it's really fulfilling for you. It hits all of your skills and talents, and it's really rewarding for you personally, partially because it makes a massive difference for everybody else, all the people that you work with, and all the people that work with the company that you're working for. And so tell me a bit about that. I kind of was doing your intention right there,
Right.
right?
Right.
So now you say what your intention sounds like, because your language, your voice is the most important one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I was I was confusing the pedestrian word intention with what you and I know as intention. So
Right,
that's
right,
where.
right, right. Sorry, the spiritual intention, right? The inner, the vibration that is taking you to your goal. It's your goal, but it's phrased a little bit differently because it's about how you feel as well as where you're going.
Mhm, mhm. Um, okay. Yeah. I uh, I'm thrilled to be showing up to my new job uh, because I love the people I get to work with, and I love how inspired I am to work with the caliber of people I'm working with, and inspired by the nature of the work as well as the opportunities to excel and uh, to create something great and to help a lot of other people uh, attain their goals through the products or services that I'm uh, helping connect them with, helping helping create for them. And and I'm thrilled that I'm so blessed to be able to do this kind of work, and I'm ecstatic at how blessed I am and how perfectly the stars have aligned so that I can be in this place.
Mhm. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And I did kind of write down what you said, sort of stream of consciousness, right? So, one of the cool things that you could do with this intention, so this is your overarching intention, there might be a first intention, which is I'm really excited and curious about the opportunity to support seniors with health and well-being and vitality. So I'm going to explore what kinds of career opportunities there might be in this industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How does
Mm-hmm.
that feel?
It it feels good.
Does it feel aligned?
Um, it I, I think it does. I think it does. And you know um, what I didn't mention about my experience when I had met those other people who have this organization helping
Mhm.
seniors was that um, you know while I felt an affinity and I knew I really liked the idea of being part of that or helping. Um, it was just pure economics that, oh yeah, I I have I'm not going to be earning money doing that, and I have to go earn some money on that Saturday, so or Sunday, so you know I can't I don't have time to volunteer, but so I was um, yeah, I felt a little silly that I said I was interested and then I backed out. Um,
And that's okay. And forgive yourself because you are doing the best you can, right? You're networking, you're trying to make connections, and you want to add value. And I really commend you for that. At the same time, you have some definite limitations. You have priorities and things that you have to address. And you have to keep your awareness of you
right.
present at
Yeah.
all times. There's a technique that I'm doing now. It's super simple and it changes your life. It's one thing that will, it's the beginning of everything and it changes your life.
The
Notice
the
your
molecules?
breath.
Oh.
Notice your breath. Because as soon as you notice your breath, you're back in your body. You're in the present moment and you're aware of all the external crap that's trying to get your attention and beating up on you all the time. But it's no longer the top priority. You're back in you. And once you have that level of awareness, you can
Mm,
step out of the knee jerk reaction, the automatic response that you're habituated to. Again, you want proof, you want a guarantee. You really want a guarantee. And so you can notice, oops, normally I would go for the guarantee right now. And I know that that's not viable because God can't steer a parked car.
mhm,
And so
mm,
I am choosing to go get in action and baby
right.
steps. I'm focused only on baby steps, super simple, tiny baby steps that take me maybe 15 minutes, half an hour tops, stuff that I can do every day. And I can
Mm,
document what I've done and I can celebrate what I've done. And I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to take small, tiny, incremental actions because that is movement that allows divine guidance to come in. It allows connections, it allows resources to show up. Because as you gain more clarity, you're doing your research about how this whole industry works. There are a gazillion different aspects of industries that are helping seniors now. I mean, honestly, you could,
mhm,
when you do your homework, you'll find like 20, 30 different types of
right.
businesses that are in this general space. And then you can go, wow, the stuff that really appeals to me is more this kind of thing. So you narrow it down from 20 to three.
Mhm,
Great. You've got
mm,
more clarity, right? And then it's like, well, these are the kinds of things that I love to do that I know can add value. So I want to explore more like this. And then you talk about doing informational interviews. It's not like you're interviewing for a job. You're not looking for a specific opportunity. You're just getting information. You're not forcing anything. You're making
mm,
it really easy for the divine to open things up for you because as soon as you meet with one person for coffee for 30 minutes, they may not have a position for you, but they know three other people you can talk to.
mhm,
And it starts to morph and it starts to grow, and the perfect thing works its way to you because you're available for it.
mhm,
When it has to be guaranteed before you do anything, it can't get there from here.
right. Right. Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is how you declare your power again. It's really important to notice your breath regularly throughout the day. This takes seconds, David. It's really not hard. Notice
Mhm,
your breath, come back inside, recommit to your intention. And it's great if you've got baby step intentions. I'm going to spend 30 minutes today looking into industries that support seniors and have businesses in my area.
mhm, mhm,
That's it. That's all I'm doing. And you know what? Before even that, I'm going to get on Chat GPT and I'm going to use the free Chat GPT and I'm going to say, hey, I love to do this kind of stuff. And I happen to be 62 years old. I am in great shape because I did Wild Fit nutrition and I no longer drink beer. I take care of myself. I work out. I do these kinds of things. And I
mm,
love working with other people my age and older and helping them feel really good about themselves. What kinds of industries meet the sort of person that I am? What sort of a job would I be able to do that uses my skills, my abilities, my talents, my interests? And are there any jobs that are virtual that could
mhm.
work for me? Let ChatGPT do all the heavy lifting for you. You don't have to, David.
Uh-huh. Good point.
Yeah. This is
Excellent
not
point.
about heavy lifting. This is about you've been turning this into Mount Everest.
Yep.
And you're like, but I want to guarantee that I get to the top and it's really easy and it's really fun and I get back safely. Yeah, let's not do Mount Everest. Let's just, go up one step of the staircase. And it's a really short staircase.
Mm, mhm, mhm.
Okay, Do you feel a bit more comfortable about the job side of things?
Yes. Yes.
So I want to go back and revisit that scale from 0 to 10. And you were at a 5 because
Mm,
you had your fallback. You could
right.
always do the driving. You've got your guarantee. Remember,
Mhm.
you're all about the guarantee. So now, as you're thinking about the real job, and it's not so much a real job, it's a real calling.
Mhm.
It's a calling that is rewarded monetarily, that you get really good financial support through your self-expression. As you think about this job and you think about your intention and you think about this simple plan of action, playing with ChatGPT to identify potential job titles and positions and industries and
Mm,
companies in your area and contact information for people you could reach out to. So it's all done for you. It's turnkey, press of a button, virtual.
mhm.
How are you feeling now on a scale from 1 to 10?
Um, yeah, it's easily an 8, if not a 9.
Love it. And how are you feeling about not looking at the end destination, just looking at the first step and breaking it into tiny steps?
Yeah, great, great.
And thank you, because it never fails. Every time I'm coaching somebody and I'm sharing these words of wisdom that come through, it's not me talking to you, it's the divine talking to you. They make me say these things because they want me to hear it. They're like, we just keep hoping that someday, if it comes out of your mouth, you might actually listen. Could happen, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'm so glad that you're feeling better about it because, David, it's all in
Here's
the feeling.
share some of the issues.
Yeah, but it's all in the feeling. When we are starting to do something or we think about our desire to do something
Mhm.
and a lot of resistance comes up, often it's a lot of doubt. And whenever there's doubt or fear, that is us trying to take on the entire world all by ourselves. We're not partnering with the divine. We're trying to
Right.
do everything ourselves. And so
Mhm.
that doubt, that fear is just a reminder to go back inside, recommit to your intention, and then step into grateful curiosity, right? You get to explore, you get to play. It's
Mhm.
like finger painting, right? You can't do it wrong. You just dip your fingers in the colors and you smear them all around. You're having fun and it's messy. And your mom and dad are going to love it. Doesn't matter what you do. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah. What was the phrase you used? Grateful
grateful curiosity.
curiosity. Yeah.
In my experience, once I hold my intention and I say it to myself out loud, I encourage you to write down your intention by hand, pen and paper, every day, at least once a day. And if you have a break in the middle of the day, you might want to write it down again and feel the energy of it, feel the truth of it, feel the alignment of your intention. And then step into grateful curiosity. This is kind of like you just sat down in the movie theater, you have the popcorn, and those trailers are going. The movie hasn't even started yet, but some of these stars and they're really good. And you like their style. And it looks like it's going to be an interesting movie from the trailer, but you don't know what's going to happen in the different scenes. You
Hmm.
haven't seen the ending yet. You don't know the gotchas and how the characters are going to struggle. You just know it's going to be an exciting, fun movie. So you're there and you're wide open. Your peripheral vision has been activated. So you're noticing all the little divine guidance and blessings that can come in because you've got an idea of how you want to express yourself. And you're starting to get more insights and more information. And now you have new topics to discuss with people when you pick them up for Lyft or Uber. And
Mhm.
they'll say, hey, I know somebody doing this. And they're really desperate to find people who can do that.
Mhm. Yep. Hmm. Hmm.
And it's just that I call it grateful curiosity because I don't have to control everything. I get to be
Right.
interested and engaged and curious.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so there are certain kinds of questions that you ask people when you're curious. And you can even have a conversation with ChatGPT to come up with, I drive for Uber and Lyft, and I am looking for this kind of a career opportunity. What are some cool questions that I can ask people that could get the conversation going and might lead to some great resources and referrals?
Uh-huh.
Let
Tell me
ChatGPT
more.
figure that out for you,
Tell me more.
right?
Uh-huh. Hmm.
You're not alone, David. You've been
That's
pretending you're
that,
alone, and you're not
that's a great
alone.
idea. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Yep. And right. I do know I'm not.
Never.
Yep.
You're never
Yep.
alone.
Yep. Yep. That's a great message that needs to be shared.
You're never alone, and you are so deeply loved, so cherished, exactly as you are. Nothing needs to change, nothing needs to be improved. There's nothing wrong with you. You are so loved and so valued.
Mhm.
What you do every day in your life has profound meaning. You may not see it because you tend to judge yourself very harshly. But the divine sees things a little differently than you do, far more comprehensively than you do. And they're very, very proud of you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm feeling that one.
Yep.
I
Yep.
get to notice my breath again. Yeah.
Notice the breath.
Okay. So I'm really glad that we got you from a 5 up to an 8 or 9 with
Hmm.
your job. And now I would love to have you look at your music again.
Hmm.
Okay. There are so many opportunities since you are naturally a gifted songwriter. There are many things that you can do with your songs. So you have a vision right now of recording your songs in a studio. Is that right?
Yes, and or just making videos of me performing either by myself or with one other musician
Mhm.
uh, to put online.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you were to think about an intention for your music, back to the intention, what does that sound like? And don't limit yourself, just whatever.
Um, I have. I'm grateful that I have uh, posted and shared 5 of my songs onto YouTube uh, by June 25th, and I'm so excited that um, my songs are out there and they're helping people feel better about themselves, helping people connect with the divine, and helping people relax and have fun. And I'm so grateful that I can create music that enriches people's lives and that people look forward to hearing uh, again and again.
Yeah. So there is the I just love to express myself side of it. And that's the most important part of the entire process. That's 95% of it. The remaining 5% is what happens after it's out of you, right? What else would you like to do with your music?
Mhm.
There are, I'm sure, and I know nothing about what's available in the music world, so I'm making this up. And again, I would encourage you to go to ChatGPT and ask the free version of ChatGPT. I'm a songwriter. I have 5 songs on YouTube.
Mhm.
What are techniques, tips, tricks? What can I do to get more exposure for my songs? How can I make my songs more accessible to people beyond YouTube? Um, what are the different ways people like to use songs for business purposes, private parties, whatever? How can I make it easy for people to access and enjoy my songs?
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
that could
Yep.
be a question,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
it will come up with different ideas.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Yep.
And then you can feel your way into what feels right for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, David, as you think about recording your songs and putting them on YouTube, what's the resistance that comes up?
Um, well, nothing that I haven't already said here today, um, aside from uh, not having figured out the financial part of, paying for the studio time or paying whatever is necessary to actually, you know, follow through with this.
Okay, so what if you didn't use a studio? What if you recorded at home? Is there an opportunity for you to do that at your home or at the home of the other person that you could play with? Uh,
It that is a possibility. That is a possibility. I don't, as far as like a home version of a recording studio or Pro Tools that a lot of musicians use. I don't currently have um, a, a, a a system for that at the moment.
okay.
And nowadays, a lot of these things have come down a lot in price, so it's not unattainable.
Well, one of the things that I'm hearing behind the words that you're saying, it
Hmm.
has to be professional.
Hmm.
It has to be high quality, or I don't want to do it.
Hmm. Yes, yeah, and that's correct. That's correct. While at the same time, um, I I would I already know that whatever I create and launch into the stratosphere or you know record in whatever manner and put out there would be considered demos, would be
Hmm.
considered
Hmm.
rough demos, meaning a uh, a rough draft, if you will, or
Hmm.
an early preliminary version.
Hmm. So, I know that there's some pretty amazing tools out there to help you create music. Um, AI tools in particular. A friend of mine, not to freak you out or anything, A friend of mine was listening to Sirius Radio and came across a channel that had some blues songs on it. And they were playing it for me and my husband. And it was really good. It was kind of like a BB King-esque,
Uh-huh.
sound. And it
Mm,
sounded great. And then they
mm,
moved into another song, and that sounded really good. And then another song, and that sounded really good. And it was all AI generated.
uh-huh.
Mhm. So
Uh-huh.
where I go with that is I go, well, there's probably some AI tools out there where I could upload a rough demo and I could ask the tool to tune the demo so that it
Mm,
sounded like professional quality. I can
right.
ask ChatGPT, is there a tool that will allow me to do this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I don't need a studio.
Right.
And if the tool costs me something for a subscription, well, maybe I get the trial period and I record my stuff real fast, or
Uh-huh.
maybe it's a certain monthly fee and I sign up for a little bit because this has been a passion of mine for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you decide that yes, you're investing in this because it's your passion and you won't feel fulfilled if you die with your songs within you, you really
Mm-hmm.
need to get them out. So
Mm-hmm.
the top value, 95% of the value is simply expressing your soul through your songs. I get that. And if you're interested in how can it go further, how could it eventually make some money, how could it you know, become more accessible and available to people. And then what happens? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then you
Right.
explore that with Chat GPT and find out once I have a rough demo, what can I do with it? How can I turn this into a revenue generating resource
Mm-hmm.
and find out? Because right now you don't know.
Right. Right.
And I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, I believe that why this is a number two or has been until today for you is because you really didn't know where to go with this. And
Right.
it felt too big. Again, it's Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yep.
So we were at a number two. You were at a number two for your music, thinking about being able to just play, just relax and play and have fun playing your songs with a friend on your own. Just
Mm,
play it over and over again for a week and record every single version. Just do it. Just for the hell of it. Just do it.
mm,
And then play with Chat GPT and see what can I do with this? What are my options? What does that look like? What haven't I thought of yet?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where are you now on a scale from 0 to 10 when you were at a two?
Um, oh, 7.
That feels a little different.
Yep. Yep.
And I can tell that a lot of that movement is because it's okay to accept to express your soul. It's really okay to do that
Mm-hmm.
and not expect rave reviews, not worry about judgment, not worry about what anybody else thinks. There are some people out there with some of the most bizarre voices you've ever heard in your life. And they became huge sensations because they don't sound like everybody else. They sound weird. And, maybe you don't even like the sound of their voice, but they're a good songwriter. And so their stuff catches on.
You made me think of Tiny Tim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah, I do. Not my favorite. And there's,
Mine either.
I'm trying to think of, boy, really big in the 60s and 70s and still a big name today, but man, I just don't care. Neil,
Oh,
it's
not
not there.
not Neil Diamond.
No, not Neil Diamond. He has a great voice. There's somebody else that just has a really difficult for me to hear voice, but he has great songs. He writes really well.
Neil
And
Young.
so, I beg your pardon?
Neil Young.
Yes, Neil Young. Don't like his voice at all. No, but he's a great songwriter. It has nothing to do with the quality of your voice. Has nothing to do with what you look like at all. It has to do with you expressing your soul. And what will make a difference in your music is when you take the time to notice your breath, go back inside, and just allow yourself to have this intention that as you sing, the words you share come through from your soul, through your heart, and out of your mouth. That's the pure intention. As I sing, these words come from my soul, through my heart, and out my mouth. And that connection is very clear. It's felt. It is a felt, obvious wave of energy that anyone hearing this song is immediately connected to the energy of these words because it comes from my soul, through my heart, and out of my mouth. And then you sing. But you take the time to connect first
Yeah, yeah,
and let that
that's
intention lead your voice.
that's so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're a gift, David, and it's important that you share that gift.
You are such an amazing gift, Elaine.
Thank you.
And the amount that you share is unprecedented. Um,
Well,
yeah.
I just am so proud of you, David, for being willing to raise your hand because I reached out to a couple of different people and you're the only one who said, "Yeah, I want a coaching session." The only
Oh,
one. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who are like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. It's okay. I can't see anything. I can't hear anything, but I'm good." Don't
ah,
ask, don't tell. And you were willing to see. You were willing to step in. And I know it's a little uncomfortable, especially when you have to dig into how uncomfortable you are right now before you get to the transition part. And it's a very brave thing to do. And I really appreciate your willingness to step in there.
yeah. Well, it's definitely a dream come true kind of experience to have this opportunity to work one on one like this with you, Elaine.
Oh, such a blessing, such a
I mean,
blessing.
it was a no-brainer. When I saw that email, I was just like, oh, well, hell yes. Not
Well,
okay. It's heck yes, hell yes.
I'm going to give you three simple steps because I
Mhm,
want to make sure that this is just kind of becomes a habit for you. Step one, notice your breath.
mhm,
Super fast, super simple, super easy. When you notice your breath, you can tell if you're breathing fast and shallow or if you're breathing long and deep. Just notice. You don't need to change anything. Don't judge it. Just notice it. And by
mhm,
noticing it, you become present again.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I'm standing up just because I've been sitting a long time.
I know. The second thing is to recommit to your intention.
Mhm,
You don't necessarily have to write it down. I would encourage you to read it or say it to yourself in your mind, but recommit to your intention is number two.
mhm. Yep, yep.
And number three is step into grateful curiosity. It's literally like stepping through a doorway. You leave all the fear, all the doubt behind you on the other side, and you step into grateful curiosity because you don't have to be in control. The divine is the one showing you how. You're in charge of what, which is your intention, what I choose to create and how I choose to feel about it. The divine is in charge of how you are guided every step of the way to get to your intention or something better that you haven't thought of yet.
Hmm.
It's on its way. So you can enjoy the movie unfolding with you and you get to
Yep.
pick, stuff that you're going to interact with and engage with.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
there are all kinds of tools that are really accessible and free and easy to use and fun. And you don't
Hmm.
have to limit yourself to just Chat GPT. Google has a search function. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
I use
Gemini,
Claude. Hmm.
Claude, yeah, Claude. That's another popular one. Whichever one you like to play with. And you can take an answer in one, put it in the other one, and say, what hasn't been covered yet? Fill in
Ah,
any missing pieces.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, you've got this.
Mm, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
David, could you just tell me briefly a little bit about this experience for you and whether this was useful to you or whatever?
Yes. Yes, very much so. Very, very much so. Um, uh, yeah, I did not know exactly what to expect, but I know you, and I know yeah, a little bit about how much you've been working with people in various capacities and helping people. So yeah, I was excited at the privilege of being able to work with you. So yeah, yeah, uh, and yeah, although I didn't know exactly what to expect, I can honestly say it was better than I expected.
That's great. And also, we were able to shift you on two different issues, one from a 5 up to an 8 or a 9, and
Hmm.
another from a 2 up to a 7.
Yeah,
So that's pretty
yeah,
profound transformation right there.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yes, 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 exactly.
And do you feel like you
Exactly.
have some simple next steps to work with?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
Mm.
still feel the need for guarantee?
Uh, yes, no, no,
You'd like a guarantee. However, you don't really need the guarantee.
no, 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 no. Okay. I've
Awesome.
got I have a pretty impressive toolbox now.
Yes, you do. Thank you so much for your time today, David.
Thank you so much, and I
Love you and appreciate you.
love you and
Have a
appreciate you
great week. Give Monica
so
my
much
best.
too. Oh, and a quick question,
Yeah.
or two quick things. One is if you can just let everyone else on the mastermind know that Thursday afternoons often end up being my busiest time of the week. So
Yeah. I already told them. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Saturday morning is ever an option, but that, that one could work for me. And is Humanities Team doing another live event this year?
I'm
In
not sure. I haven't heard.
uh-huh.
They send me messages, and I've been so busy with my own stuff that I haven't really
Uh,
looked at what they're up to.
uh-huh.
They probably are doing another live event. I don't know if they, but I don't know because that was the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so I don't know.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if if they were thinking it's going to be same time, same place.
Hmm.
year after year, or what? So
Yeah. I think they were hoping to turn it into a big event. And right now,
a larger event.
flights, yeah, flights are up in the air. No
Uh,
pun intended. But the
uh,
flying industry is having some challenges. And
mhm,
yeah,
yeah,
gas is costing more. And yeah.
yeah, mhm.
So I
Okay.
think they may be looking at more virtual experiences rather than in-person
Uh-huh.
experiences. I just don't know.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Cool. Well, have a
Okay.
fabulous week.
Thank you so much for your time, your generosity, your insights, your wisdom, and being such a clear channel.
Absolutely. I will. Do you want a copy of the recording?
Please.
Okay.
That-
I'll be sure to
Yeah.
send that to you. All right. Take care.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.